security here. Restrooms are all locked up tight. There were a total of 4 of us camped here last night. None of us had the code. Well, there's the trailhead sign. It's about 8 o'clock and I am heading out, going to Blackjack today. So just under 10 miles. Totally could have done it in one day. It's only about 1.5 miles from town to this campground, but because I got in late, I think it was best to just stop, enjoy the evening here in spite of no restrooms, and then just take it easy today because I am treating this hike a little bit like a vacation, taking my time, enjoying the views, enjoying the island since I've never been here before. And yeah, just looking forward to having a great time. There's the port down at Avalon. Looks like there's a cruise ship in there today. And that path there in the valley is where I came up to the campground. Well, less than half an hour in and I've already shed a layer. I started out in my Astroman sun hoodie, which is really nice and light, and I love it for sun. It's kind of muggy this morning from all the rain that they've had here, so I was feeling pretty sticky and decided to shed it. And then maybe later on I will even change out of my pants into shorts. There's a restroom, I think, at around halfway today. So if I'm still hot and sticky, then I can put on some shorts and get myself a suntan. I hear bells dinging and announcements, so I feel like that cruise ship might be getting ready to leave. Looks like right down there would be a lovely place to camp with a nice view of the port and Avalon. But there's no cowboy camping on the island. Unfortunately, you have to reserve a space at one of the, I think there's 5 campgrounds, and that's your permit to hike as well. You can't just hop on and camp wherever you will, like some of the long distance trails that we're familiar with, you know, PCT, AT, that sort of thing. This one is definitely camp at a campground, enjoy some fresh water, enjoy bathrooms when they're open. It's a little bit like a glamping backpacking trip. I am heading up, as I will be for much of this trail. According to the Conservancy, it's got close to 10,000 feet of elevation gain. And that also means close to 10,000 feet of descent. Choose your poison. I actually like going up better than I like going down, but some people feel differently. I just stopped for a second and I looked and I can see the trail going all the way along over there. And I think on the other side there's a viewpoint. That looks like the perfect spot for a break, and I'm gonna take one. So I just did my biggest climb of the day. It's about 1,000 feet up, a little more to go, I guess, maybe 200 feet more to get to a trail junction. It's got some switchbacks, which is nice, and the views are beautiful. I get to keep an eye on that ship that actually didn't go out of port like I thought it might. So it's a good climb, biggest climb of the day. From here on, it's just kind of bumping along, and I've done just 1.6 in the first hour, which is fine, taking my time, getting warmed up. And I've only got 8 to go, so I can have a really, hopefully very leisurely hike today and then get into camp early and just enjoy hanging out, which is part of what this trip is about. That's my first view of the other side of the island. And from where I'm standing, I can turn around and I can see Avalon right over there. Doing a wee little bit of road walking. Well, I don't know how much road walking, but it's nice to have something a little cruisy after that big climb. So I am really glad that I changed into shorts. I wasn't sure when I got up this morning because it felt so cool, but even though there's a nice breeze, it's warm. So I'm feeling good and I'm excited about this trip. I think I might have already said that, sorry. Sometimes it's hard to contain my excitement at discovering new places. I was hoping one of those was a cell tower since I've only had just a speck of service. I only managed to get one message out this morning. I tried to send my I'm in camp and I'm okay message last night from my Garmin, and unfortunately it took a really long time. I finally just set it out on a picnic table and just left it there, and about half an hour later I got the little beep that said that the message had gone through, but I was getting concerned that it wasn't going to work. This is the spot where I diverge from the road walk, which I guess is what I would be taking if the trail was too wet. But it's in good shape this morning, so I'm going to take the Trans Catalina Trail. Get to work my way around the cacti and squeeze my way through that gate, which I think once I get there is going to be easier than it looks from here. Yep. Piece of cake. I say now before I squeeze through. Yep, easy. Easy peasy. I haven't seen any bison yet, but I'm just going to take a wild guess that this is bison poop. I have a feeling that I'm heading down to that park down there, which I think is going to be my lunch spot, even though it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet. But it seems like a good stopping point to take a break and maybe even a little nap. And another gate that requires slightly more work. Well, I got my tent drying behind me, and I just had a nice lunch here at these picnic tables in this little park. And I met another hiker named Chantel, and it sounds like we're going to be in camp in the same places for a couple nights, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, she's doing mostly road walk, which shaves, I think, a couple miles off the trek today. I'm going to stick with the trail, and I'll be in camp in 5 miles. I've been looking out that way to see if I could see the mainland, and it's finally starting to come into view as the clouds clear, but over there you can really see it. Well, I just took a picture of the sign back there and realized I was supposed to cross the road, so I was coming down a muddy little bank, maybe like 3 feet, and slipped with my phone in my hand. I managed to not get mud all over my backside, but the trade-off was getting mud all over my phone, into holes on my phone that probably shouldn't have mud on them. Ironically, the reason for that little road crossing was to come here to this little picnic shelter and then to go back across the road over there. So I really didn't need to cross the road because I just had a lovely lunch, but oh well, that's the way the trail goes. The trail has taken me down deep into a valley, and I think in a couple minutes I'm going to be climbing my way out again. But it's pretty cool because it gets you a chance to kind of see some different ecosystems. Isn't that a fun place for a water fountain? Probably a blessed relief in the middle of the summer. And the trail is taking me up there. The bench is pretty cool. It's made from old trail signs. Love that. Ooh-wee. It is muddy. I'll try to stay upright. Just a little glimpse of that pond I saw earlier. I'm supposed to be a good water source, but fortunately I don't need any. Just came all the way around the pond and it looks a lot better on this side. I guess if you need water and you have a filter, it's totally okay. All right, well, I made it to camp. I'm about to set up my tent right over there. And I just had a nice chat with a family that's actually hiking the other direction. They started in 2 Harbors, so they were able to give me some beta on the trail up ahead, which is always nice to have. And I think when I came in, I saw my friend down on the other side of the campground. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up and settle in a little bit and then go see if I can find her. That is quite a moon over the campground. It actually kept me up last night shining through my tent. So bright. Thankfully, because it is out early, it will be gone to bed by 2, 3 probably in the morning, and I'll be able to get some sleep. I just got my campsite all set up, and I went over and I talked to my friend, my new friend. We're going to have breakfast together tomorrow at the airport, which should be fun. And then there's also a couple of guys here that I met this morning. They were at the same campground as I was. I chatted with them for a bit, and then also with a family who's here hiking the other way. So pretty cool that there's some other people here, and sometimes it's nice to hike alone, but it's also nice to have friends in camp. So I'm happy on both fronts as far as the way the hike went today. I've got my dinner heating up. This is a new one I haven't tried before, but it sounds really, really good. So it should be ready in just a few minutes, and I will let you know what I think about it. I know it's a little dark, but hopefully you can see what this looks like. Looks like it's got lots of nice vegetables in there. And feels like a big serving. Feels like a lot of food for one person, but I'm going to give it a shot and see how it tastes. Okay, it's getting dark now because I had to stop and talk to my neighbor, but this is very good. My only complaint is that it didn't hydrate enough. It's still a little crunchy, so I didn't want to put more water in it and make it soupy. Next time I make it, I think I'll probably wrap it in a cozy or something like that just to make sure that it stays hot long enough to completely rehydrate. But it tastes great. Really, really like the fact that it's got lots of vegetables in it, and it tastes very good for a backpacking meal, so I would highly recommend it based on that.